Spektive.
Yes, what's up, people?
Welcome to the Queenie Show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming down, babe.
Thank
Tell
you.
everyone, where did you come from?
So I come all the way from Birmingham. For those who don't know me, you've probably seen the This Is England post that I put up. Where I'm from, we don't see colours. We see sisters, brothers, fathers, mothers, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, brethren, cousins, teachers, shopkeepers and nurses, builders, plumbers, brickies, surgeons, people that keep this country working. Don't tell me about immigrants, kid.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. When I saw that come up on my feed, and it gave me that feeling, like I have a feeling with music, and if someone can give me that feeling, I'm interested. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it was at such a pivotal point in what's going on in the UK, like what's going on with politics and
100%.
stuff. So like, where did that come from?
So originally, I'd have to take it all the way back to my dad. So when I was younger, I remember my dad used to go to the pub all the time, and me and my brothers used to go up with him. And obviously in pubs, you can get the odd person who doesn't really know what he's talking about, especially around children. People forget about kids being in pubs. So I'll always remember my dad, and this bloke was talking about this P word this, P word that. And I remember I went to walk off from the conversation. My dad went, wait. Made me wait still. Geezer carried on talking. And my dad went, where are you going after this? And the geezer went, no, I'm going to the curry house. My dad went, all right, then I'll see you later. And then took me into the pub because he didn't want me left with that on my brain or in my ears. So as soon as he said it, he said, yeah, come on. And he said, see, like, some people don't know what they're talking about. He's saying all this, but where do you think he gets his curries from? Yeah. And I was like, wow, look, and that always stuck in me growing up. And then I made a tune called Message. The original song was called Message, which is, some people probably don't know. Don't know if they've seen it at the top. But the original song was called Message, and I put it out at the end of 2024. Got about 3,000 views. I was like, yeah, that's wicked. And then we went to do a show. And it was like a battle. Sammy put it on TMBB. He's behind the camera if you don't know. But yeah, he put on a show and it was like a battle, red v blue. And I said to Sammy, I said, I'm going to take this song down because he'd done really well at one of the shows. I said, I really like the message in it. I said, I'm going to take it down so they don't know I'm going to come with this kind of fire. I'm going to come more softer and then I'm going to go boom and I'm going to hit him with this strong message in the middle of this show. Yeah. So anyway, I took it down and one of my friends, Keenan, Clay Scully, we used to call him, but one of my friends, Keenan, big up Keenan, because you are the reason. And he messaged me and he said, where did that song go about the immigration, bro? And I said, I took it down because of the battle that we was going to do. And he said, bro, it'd be the perfect time for you to redo it. And some people kind of brushed that thing off, but I looked at it and I thought, he's right. He's completely right. Let's redo it. So I ran my friend Cole. Cole is walking mile in my shoes, filmed the video. My pal Bram's part of Frequency and my team. We ended up going down to the studio. There's like a little brick building that's there. We said, yeah, let's stand up the wall. We done 2 takes. Put the England flag over the top and we just put it out there. Yeah. And the next morning I woke up to take my dog to the vets. The numbers was gone and I was mind blown. I was took away. I didn't really expect that to happen.
It is mental. Like in terms of views, it's like millions on that video.
It's gone to 2.5. If you add up Instagram and TikTok, I think it's 1.7 on Instagram at the minute, still climbing. And then on TikTok it was at 670,000, I think, and then the sound got muted. So it's one of them, of course. So the sound got muted. So it was like, it is what it is. But I'm just glad. What the thing is for me was, what I was really grateful for is that a lot of people that are hanging the flags, and I like people being patriotic, that's cool, but there was like a fine line between it being patriotic and a symbolism for a bit of a racist tone. Yeah. And even I know people of multicultural backgrounds that were saying like, yeah, if I go down the street and the flags are hanging, I feel a little bit nervy now because they don't know whether it's the flag because they're proud of where they're from or the flag to say like, yeah, fuck off kind of thing. Yeah. Sorry for swearing. No. But like sometimes it's hard to draw the line. So when I put that out, it was really touching to me to see a lot of people in England felt the same way I did. Yeah. There's a lot of people, there's a fine line between loving your country and just completely disregarding anyone of colour. Yeah. Because like me, I got an Irish background. A lot of people have, like I like to say, the motherland would be Africa. We all come from this one big, massive rock. We come from Earth. Yeah. And that's just the thing. If I took you up to the moon, you wouldn't see the name England or France or Spain. You wouldn't see, it's just land.
100%.
And that's to me where we're from. I don't see immigration as a thing. I just see it as we're humans travelling the planet.
Obviously, I can't go too much on it because the show will get shadow banned before it even rejoins it. But there's a agenda at play here with all of it. Do you know 100%. What I mean? The digital ID thing, all of this kind of stuff. There is an agenda, and I think people get whipped up by media.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, media's not the best.
Yeah. So that came at the best time, I think, because it was so heartfelt, and it was amazing. So well done for that.
Thank
honestly.
you so much. No, I've big up the people for sharing it and taking to it. Obviously, we've had a few odd comments that are just ignorant to what I'm trying to say, but I never responded. I remember Sammy ringing me and saying, "Don't say nothing," because he knows I'm passionate about a lot of things. My family could probably tell you, like, I get overexcited about things. I'm like, the smallest things, I'm like, no, like, it's like, because I got so much love in my heart for everything.
Yeah.
So he said, be quiet, and I've been quiet, and all the fans kind of done their thing. Like, did you listen to the message? Did you hear what he said? You're not listening to the words that he was saying. So I was just like, I don't really need to. I let the music talk.
Yeah, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there, and there's a lot of actual bots that get paid by certain powers that we won't talk about, that get slipped in there as well to make a thing. So no, I was seeing the names as well, the names liking and the names commenting.
Wow.
Like, tell us some of the people.
P Money ended up DMing me, showing me some love. Ambush, Akala, Gigs commented.
Yeah.
Logic, was it Loki? Logic, Mike Righteous, ZZ Mills.
Yeah.
I can't think of who else. There's so many names to mention. Slime. I don't know if you've ever even seen his. He done a tune about being from England and being of a multicultural background.
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah, we'll have to show you after the podcast, because he reached out to me as well, and I remember seeing his one. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. So we'll have to show you after the thing about Slime's one. Slime's so he's very on a similar tone, but his version of what it's like growing up in England, and it has a really good tone too. Loving the country, but still being himself, and still adapting to the way Westerners live and the way we live in our country. Yeah. So it's really cool. It's the same as when I go to Jamaica. I adapt to where I'm from, but I'm still me. Yeah. But a lot of people are bit ignorant to that.
They are ignorant. Yeah. As well, so I was sitting at home the other day and I seen new music come up from you, and I was like, that blew me away as well. I'm not going to lie. That's 2 in a row that have blown me away.
Oh, the second video. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Crack music. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Yeah. Can we call it that?
Yeah, it's called Crack Music, but I had to put. I think there's like a little bit of a ban on it, because when we tried to share it, obviously the video is a bit raw, shall we say? So people that might have experienced that, have had people in the family that have gone through them kind of things.
Yeah, trigger warning.
It is a bit of a trigger warning for the video, but I wanted to also show the impact that music genuinely has on moods. Yeah. So as well as I was obviously being from a place where drugs are sold and drugs are taken, I wanted to create something that was like, music is the same thing. The way that a drug can change your mind and your thought process and your mood, I thought music can do that too. You listen to a sad song, it makes you sad. Or if you're depressed and put on the sad song, it all enhances that mood. And 100%. If you're sad and you put on, I don't know, a classic like Bob Marley, the frequencies and the vibrations that you listen, it's going to instantly rise your mood. So I thought to myself, it's like a drug. So I decided to make the song around it, and then I thought, what is the most powerful one? I thought, that's...
Even the acting skills in that. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was like, rah, this guy, like, you're talented.
We put our all in. Yeah, thank you.
I bet your eyes after that were a bit like, whoa.
I think it was 2 takes. I remember when we went there with Cole yet again, walk a mile in my shoes. If you don't know, please give him a follow. An amazing guy, does so much for the community. But we went to a underpass, and the thing is with Cole is he's very like, if you're doing the art, he wants you to be 100% to the art. Yeah. So we found an underpass, and I remember going through this underpass, and there's it's like a long underpass, and there's a corner, and it's full of bushes and litter, and there's a little kind of normal space there. So I'm just going to sit there, and we'll do it there. We'll do it in this little corner. And Cole looks, gets the camera, and he goes, no, we need to go in this corner. And I don't know, people are pissed in this corner, or it's the worst corner you could be in. And he's like, you've got to do it there. You've got to sell the video. You've got to fully sell the role. Yeah. So we done it, and we done another take. And I remember we done one take, and he's like, your leg's not jittering enough. You need to move your leg. You need to keep it. And I said, cool, let's do it again. So it's a big thanks to Cole as well. Where the acting was probably a bit more. Honestly,
it really is. I think like people sometimes get slack with videos these days. Yeah. It's not really how it used to be, and I think it's very performative and everything like that. But it touched. I was like,
thank you.
Really, really good.
I'd like to say as well, a big inspiration for that was a fella called Jar Digger. I don't know if you've heard of him from Nottingham, but he's on the come up now. He made a tune called Addictions, and that just absolutely blew. Yeah. But he's been an inspiration for me since I was quite young, and when I started to see the way he does his videos, I was like, he really sells the story.
Yeah.
You're not just listening to his words, the visuals come with it. Like, you ain't even got a picture what he's thinking about anymore. He's got the video there.
Yeah.
He's done one called Broken Blokes, and his eyes are really purple, and he's crying, and it sells the video. And I said, you know what? I really want my art to show.
Yeah.
I really want it to show beyond the words. And I was never really, I used to hate drama in school.
Yeah.
But I looked at people like, I used to look at people like him, people like Slow Tie, who makes amazing videos as well.
Yeah.
I used to think, I really want to make a really sell a video. I really want to sell the song.
But addiction is such a hard topic. I mean,
100%.
People that follow me and have followed the show. I'm 8 years clean this year.
Oh wow, well done.
And it's a big part of my life, and it's a big part of people around me. Like, I was in meetings, I've carried on with relationships with them people, and I think addiction, everyone's come across
100%
the addiction,
100%.
Whether it be drugs or alcohol. I think every single person can be touched by that.
100%. Even down to, in these day and age, gaming. I always think gaming is like
kids these days.
I think gaming is an addiction now, and that needs to be recognised. But at the same time, it's hard to say, because the people make money from it now.
Yeah.
So people make money from gaming, and you're kind of like, I see it. Can I take my kid off it? He loves it. He can make money from it now. But I see a lot of things with addiction, and that's kind of what the music was kind of thing with the way you're feeling. But addiction is a hard thing, because it changes the mind into a place of everything doesn't matter but this one thing. Only this one thing, and no matter what I have to hurt or what I have to push out my way to get it, I'm going to get to it.
100%.
And some people find it hard to break away from that, but the only thing you can do, especially for addiction, and if you are struggling with anything like that, please reach out to family, hotlines, anything like that. Comment on this video, whatever it is, because it is hard to battle. And I'd say I've gone through my own addictions in life. Like, when I was younger, I still smoke a little bit now, but I was a big heavy weed smoker. But I used to think it was the coolest thing ever. Like, I'm cool with my mates smoking as much as I could, and then I really started to realise how it was impacting me, and how it was changing me, and how I wanted to do anything to get it. And I was like, oh my god, this has gone from becoming a recreational thing to an addiction thing. And especially in the cannabis community, not many people talk about that.
No.
Because weed is such an amazing thing, and it is an amazing thing if you use it correctly.
Yeah. 100%.
Same with alcohol.
And where you get it from as well. I think you know, a lot of stuff these days is sprayed with stuff that is making our younger people have a lot of problems.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
So when I got to Jamaica, and they it's grown in the mountains, I think that the THC to the CBD balance is a lot leveler.
Yeah, and it's clean. It's not sprayed with shit.
It's a lot cleaner. Whereas over here, the THC level's so high, and the CBD level's so low that it is impacting the brain a lot more.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm an advocate for it. But I just say, be careful with it. Be careful with it 100%, because as much as it is a beautiful escapism drug, and me personally, I wouldn't even call it a drug. It's a herb to me. Yeah. And I think, but the same as anything, too much of a good thing can be bad for you.
100%. It's really interesting to touch on that with you. Yeah. Obviously, we spoke about This Is England and the new song, but where before we knew you for that, for example, like some of us didn't know you from before. How long have you been doing this? What got you into this?
So a lot of things got me into it. So when I was younger, we used to obviously listen to the big ones, the Eminems, the 50 Cents, when they was all coming through. And I remember my big brother starting to get like Sidewinder CDs, Midland Mafia CDs. I remember being introduced to like Fifth Element when I was a kid, and then my brother and his mate started to do music, and I was like, wow, you can do it here in the UK. Like, you can really do music. I was like, you just need a mic and a computer, and you can really do it. And then my brother and his mate started doing it. I got introduced to people like Schemes. He's a big grime instrumentalist from London. Maniac, obviously the likes of Bashy, Skepta, Lord of the Mics. I was introduced to everything, and I just remember it being at a time where it was like DJ EJ on everyone's phone, the Sony Ericsson with the little box speaker was banging. He was playing people like Flatline. So I'll be honest, I had a lot of inspiration growing up. Yeah. But I got to about 14, 15. I was down a park with my mates, Jack, Luke, a few of the skateboarding people, and I used to make bars just about what we did. Just little funny things like, talking to girls and smoking and just getting up to nonsense. And then my mate said, you're proper good at it, bro. You should take it a bit further. And then I started to talk about a bit deeper lyrics. Got for it, and then I was like, okay, I think I can do it. Got to about 16. My mate Youngie then introduced me to a studio. I've never been to a proper studio before. So my mate Youngie, he took me to a studio, GJ Apostle. we went there, and then from there I completely fell in love with the process. A real studio, not just a little Logitech mic and a computer at home. Real studio, a booth, a sound engineer, the buttons, the keys, all the shit that was happening on the screen. I was like, I love this. I really love it, and I really want to make an impact in my music. Growing up on people like Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, even people like Flatline and that, they probably don't know how much they inspired me as a kid. Like, I used to look at them like, I want to impact people the way you have to me. I want to be that for somebody else. So yeah, I got started to write deeper lyrics. I met a fella called Jas. He's part of my team and Brams. So we got Frequency, Brams and Jas. Make sure you check them out. They're my people, them. But I linked up with them, we made a team, and we just started going, and I just started to take it a bit more serious. I wanted to talk about topics that maybe people don't feel comfortable to talk about, or some people want to talk about it but they don't feel they have the voice to really do it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, let me try and be that voice. I'm not saying I talk for everybody, but maybe the things that I talk about you can relate to too, and feel like, oh, I'm not the only one going through that. If they see someone like me, like the 1 million views, they might see someone with 1 million views and go, oh my God, I feel like that too. I'm glad to see that 1 million other people also feel like that. I'm not the only one going through it. So similar to the addictions thing, you start to realise I'm not the only one battling these thoughts or battling these feelings. And I wanted to really impact the people.
100%. No, I can really feel that with you. You seem like such a genuine person. It's nice to meet someone that's genuine. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
There are a lot.
Likewise yourself.
Thanks,
real genuine.
I appreciate it. In terms of like, if you're young, you're sitting at home, you're interested in music. Like, what advice can you give to the youngsters out there about, you know, making it with music? Not even making it as a thing, but like, you know, making their music and getting their music heard.
I would say just to do it, because there's not a formula. To me, in my opinion, there's not a formula. A lot of people think there's like, oh, if you do X, Y, Z, then ABC will happen. But I don't really think that, because I always remember a tune called Jamie's Pricks, it's called, big tune. And he talks, the route that Jamie took is different to the route that JK took, and it's different to the route that you're going to take.
Yeah.
And it's true, because the way that H blew up is not the same way Skepta blew up, and the same way My This Is England blew up or whatever is not going to be the same way someone else's come up was. Someone might have to work harder, some people might have got lucky, some people might have been in the same room as another guy that could have really helped them.
Yeah.
Just do it, because regardless of what people say, number one, they ain't doing it, so opinions don't really matter. Just put your music out, so whether they don't like it or they do, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's your thing. You got to think how many people probably laughed at Nike when Nike first come up, and Adidas. Oh, are you wearing Adidas? And then eventually it becomes like a trend. Look at New Balance.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know. Yeah, that
New Balance
so
used
true,
to be the old man trainer. Now it's like the coolest in thing, and it's the same thing. Believe in yourself. They believe that they could be the cool trainer.
Talking about trainers, right? I see this thing the other day. Vic was talking about it on his socials, that they're calling the Air Force One an old man's trainer now. Did you hear that?
Wow, trainer.
Oh my God!
Oh, Sammy.
I love an Air Force One. Does that mean we're getting old?
No, it's the OG. It's the original.
It is,
it's
man.
The original.
When I see that, I thought, oh my God, I'm getting old.
Oh my God, Air Force One, OG.
It's now the old man's trainer. Can you believe it?
That's something new every day. But yeah, I say to everyone, just, especially in this age of the internet as well, obviously when you look at the people like Get and Skepta and Lethal Bizzle, they obviously must have had a lot harder come up on Wiley and Dizzy Rascal. There was in a different era. It was signing CDs out the back of your car. It was going to a studio and making sure that you've done it properly, making sure you. But we live in the age of the internet. Obviously, people are blown up from just putting your phone down, putting a beat on the telly or your little speaker and spitting a bar, and that can go. That can 100% go. H's done the same thing. That Cast, the tall Liverpool lad. What's he say now? I'd still be if the shit was a mill, I'd still be calling them things 110s. And he made a freestyle video in the car just talking about how he's from Liverpool and how he talks different, and it was just a video with the car speaker playing, and it went missed in the car with a car speaker. It went. There's no right or wrong formula to me in my eyes. Just put your music out there on the internet, and if the right people hear it or the right people relate to it, they'll push it for you.
100%.
You don't need £1,000 to put it on promo. If you've written something that people like, they're going to promote it for you. They're going to do everything for you.
And that's where we are with music now. You know, back in the day it was, if I get a record label, if I get a deal, things like that. You don't need that now.
You don't need that.
And to be independent, that's what it's about. Because from when Spotify and all of these people, they're making money from our music, and they're not paying people for the artistry. Do you know what I mean?
It's hard though because everybody uses it. So it's hard for an artist to say like, I love Bandcamp at the minute. My mate Brams put me onto it again. Brams Frequency, make sure you follow him. But he put me onto Bandcamp and he was saying this is a platform where it's kind of like streaming. You know, like they stream and you can donate money to the streamer.
Yeah.
So you kind of put the music on Bandcamp and instead of them kind of buying the single, to what I know anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, but instead of them buying their single, they basically donate money to you to say, oh, I think this single's worth this much. So,
Okay.
so if I put This Is England out on Bandcamp, people could say it's worth £1, it's worth £5, it's worth £20, and they can kind of donate to me for the song.
Yeah.
So there's places like that, but then are you going to load up Bandcamp when you get in your car, when you put it on Apple Play, Bandcamp's not there to load up.
It's
so
hard, isn't it? Because it's so easy for us to just get things quick.
Spotify, Apple Music, it's quick, just tap the button, boom, it's there. But then in artist sense, I suppose it's hard for the artists to make their real money from that, and I suppose that's where shows and that's where you got to buy tickets to all your favourite artists' shows, because that's where their real money comes in. And at the minute, I suppose it's hard to get people to transfer over to what they know. They know Spotify, they know Apple Music, they've got 50 Cent next to Lethal Bizzle, Wiley next to Bob Marley, they can do that.
This is the crazy thing as well. If you think back, I don't know, to when we were younger, growing up, whatever, you'd be waiting for an album to come. Waiting. You'd get it, you'd get your little thing in the front, like it was all such an experience, whereas 100%. Now it's so quick, the album's out, people stream it, it's like Netflix, they drop a series, we used to have to wait a week, do you know what I mean? We're waiting, we don't have to wait for anything anymore.
They put it all in one episode, don't they? They'll put like a series out all in one go. Like,
and then we all sit there like this, like,
waiting for the next season.
That's why events are always a good thing. And I think that's why you see there's a big difference between artists that can do it on TikTok and Instagram and like getting up on a stage and running it for 30 minutes is a whole different thing. So you know, when you get to see an artist that is on TikTok and then you bring them out of their comfort zone and they go on stage and they smash it,
it's amazing.
You're like, this is what it really is.
You're so proud of it. You're very proud because like I don't know if people know, but as I said, TMB Sammy's behind the camera, but he puts on a lot of events, and especially for the youngers coming through and trying to get their music out there, like it's amazing to
I'm coming through the next one, by the way.
100%. We're doing it in February, 28th of February. We're doing it in London. We've got some good artists to announce, and you're gonna see DJ Queen E show up at the show.
100% be there.
But yeah, even then we're still looking for other artists that can come on under us as well, and we want them to have a platform. And we've had people mess up at our shows. We've had technical difficulties. We've had people halfway through the song forget their lyrics, and the crowd, it's like a family. The crowd just go, they cheer. You're thinking you're about to get booed off the stage, but the TMB crowd is a bit different. You get encouraged. It's your first time on stage, don't worry, do it again, reload, DJ, reload it, do it again, let's go again. We've had people where the beats flopped out. Gambit did it at the last show, the beat dropped out, do it a cappella, and he went a cappella and the crowd absolutely loved it. So rain, sun or snow, we just get it done, and we like to inspire people to come, because we're not going to be here forever.
We bring the different genres together, don't we?
Different genres as well.
I think a lot of people, like I've had messages about Spektive where people will message me and say like, the fact that he's a rapper, but he grime as well, he's amazing on, and he's so good at it, and then I'll have like other artists that play guitar and come on stage, so they're not used to standing toe to toe with a grime artist, and they're having him encouraged, like he's encouraging them on the stage, and they'll get off and message me and say, oh my god, like he was so great, like I want to do, and that makes them feel safe to come to the shows and stuff, because it's not. Like some shows you go, there's just ag and attitude.
Oh, God,
So we don't want that.
It put me off for a while, I'm not going to lie, because the energy is just heavy, man, and it takes a while to kind of cleanse yourself from that.
We don't do it like that. So we have it set out in certain ways. Like, so my partner, my missus, where she's there, it's one of them that I should feel comfortable that she can walk from the stage to the outside area, fine, no dramas, no problems, everything's great. And as long as she can do that, then everybody else's partners can do that. You can all bring your partners, you can all bring your friends. It hasn't got to be 100 man just there, hoods up. It hasn't got to be that.
That's the thing, the ego, it's like an ego killer show, isn't it?
You watch Tournier perform, and he forgot, he was singing the wrong part of the song, and he says it and laughs, and the whole crowd just cheer him, because you're human. That's what we're here to do it together, and so he leads these events. Captain,
I try to. I don't lead them, but I try to encourage.
He's the captain of these events. When we do like the last event, it was the red team versus blue team. We went up against another I went up against another promoter's team. I brought them in, and we've done 15 of ours versus 15 of theirs.
Right.
But performance battles, not battle rap. And he was the captain because he was the headline for our team.
Yeah.
And he encouraged from the first artist to the 15th artist.
Yeah.
He encouraged every single one of them. He watched every single one of them. He cheered every single one of them. But there's no ego with him.
Yeah.
Do you know, there's no ego.
I can tell that.
He absolutely loves it.
100%. But that's what we try and represent in the music, that like everybody is human. People make mistakes. It doesn't mean like in the age of cancel culture as well. People do make mistakes, man, and it's okay. Like you can bounce back from them. Just keep moving forward, and we made mistakes. When we done that show, like he's saying, like I was the captain and I was cheering everyone on. By the time I got to my beat, I'm out of breath. My voice is gone. I'm struggling. Yeah, and I'm just carrying on, and we're going, and in the end, it ended up coming together, and I was gutted when I come off stage. I thought, no, I'm the headline. I cried when I went outside because I was like, no, I let everybody down. Like I told everyone to practice, make sure you're good for it, because I wanted everyone to be prepared for the shit. Like there, I want you to shine on the stage.
Yeah.
And then when it got to me, I thought, no, I've let everybody down as the captain. I went outside. I cried, like, because I love the music so much. Like a lot of people, they want to get in the game because they think it's going to get them the big G-Wagons and the big gold chains, but it's not about that for me. Like
I have met a lot of people like that.
100%.
And he didn't let anyone down either.
No,
his performance was amazing.
Yeah.
But
I want to be inspired.
yourself,
but to have that feeling, it just shows how much you.
Yeah, I love
you had 150 people there that were watching him.
Yeah.
Like he was last up for the red team before the last up for the blue team came on. And 150 people, I stood there and watched them. They watched him and they sang back with him to the song, because it's a community that we've got. They'll know his songs. They'll know. So it was amazing. He done amazing. Do you know what I mean?
It was a good show, man.
That's because of what's on the stage.
Do
you know what I mean? Like, that's
what we want to do.
It
it's the impact. It's the impact more than anything. Like when you listen to Little Bird's Bob Marley, it touches you in a different way. When you listen to Michael Jackson, Black or White, it touches you in a different way. And I want people to have that feeling of my music. I want it to touch them. I want it to take them to a feeling, and a feeling of freedom and relatability. Like I said, like you might be sitting in your family home right now thinking that nobody relates to you and your thoughts and the way that you think, and you might put one of my songs on, or one of my friends' songs on, one of Bramsy's songs, Jassie's songs, one of Fergie's songs, one of Kia's songs, one of Tonya, anyone, and it will take you to a place of, I forgot about that now. Like I feel at home in these headphones. I feel these headphones are my home, and I can't go anywhere without music.
I love that. I've got a really good feeling that you're going to be able to do that.
Thank you.
People,
I hope so.
Yeah, just keep going.
Thank you.
In terms of like a dream collab, dead or alive.
Oh wow.
Would you pick?
Can I pick dead and alive? One dead, one alive. Alright, so one dead, I'd have to pick Bob Marley.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the greatest human hearts to ever beat on the planet.
Yeah.
And then dream collab alive and would be Jamie. Jamie to me is one of the sickest people on the planet, just personality wise as well, not just in his music, but just the way he speaks, just the way he's down to earth. He understands what being, to me, he kind of understands what being human is.
Yeah. It's
about making mistakes, it's about going on adventures, it's about just putting music out. Like people put him in this high regard, and he goes, no, I'm just like you. I go to the toilet like you, I get a cup of coffee like you, I take care of my missus, like I wash the dishes like you, and that's what I want people to think of me as well. If I ever got to a big position, I want people to understand that I'm just like you, but I might have got a little bit lucky, or people might pay me for my craft a bit more than what they pay you on 9 to 5, but I promise you, I have bills, I have mum and dad that I love to dearly, I have brothers that I love to beat, I have 3 children who are my absolute world, I have a wife who I adore. Like I'm just like you, I still have to go home and vacuum, my missus still gets onto me for leaving my shoes on in the house. Like I'm just a real normal person, and I want people to realise that, and that's what I love about JME. So for me, a dream collab while alive, it has to be JME, the GOAT.
Make this happen. So you've touched on a few people, in your team and people around you. Is there anyone in the game, bar those people that you know, that you don't feel gets the recognition they deserve?
Me, I'd have to say Jar Digger is just about to get what he should have got about 10, 12 years ago. 15 years ago. He's from Nottingham, and he's one of the most soul-touching artists that you've ever heard. He could make a story out of that lava lamp over there, about how it moves, about how it goes, it gets hot and then cold, and how the different feelings of the lava lamp. He's genuinely amazing. He made a song about bullies, about a bully in school picking on his nephew, and he went and spoke to them. He's made a song about keeping the house clean. On a Sunday, it's the tune you will put on a sunny Sunday afternoon and you're ready to clean your yard, and it's the type of tune you will put on. He made a tune about addictions, which is absolutely amazing. Broken Blokes, he done a tune about grandma's place with Get, and it's all about going to your nana's house and the smells and the feeling that you would get from being there. So for me, and I hope right now he's finally starting to get his flowers, but for me, outside of my people, I would have to say Jar Digger.
What's to come from you?
Just more music, just more about my life, about what I go through, about what I see people go through, because like I said, some songs aren't always about me. I think that's where the name come from, Spektive, perspective. I want to give people, I don't only see the world through my eyes, I have a deep sympathy for other people and what they might be going through and what they've done in their lives and what they have to go home to, because it's something my mum used to say, be nice who you see, because you don't know what they go home to, you don't know what struggles they're going through, so just be kind and courteous to everyone.
100%.
But from me, no, it's just to keep putting my music out. For me, I know it sounds a bit weird, I always thought I could do it. I always thought, I'm 30 years old now, I always thought, I would do it. I believe in myself till I'm 60 years old, 80 years old. But when that million come in, and when I seen the people that was messaging me, and I'm like, oh my God, these are people that I've watched on the telly and YouTube since I was a kid. It's giving me that feeling of, oh my God, could I do it? Could I give my missus the Lord Jeru she's always wanted? Could I retire my mum? Could I make my mum and dad never have to worry about bills again in their life?
Yeah.
Could I help all my friends get to a place where they're now helping their mums and dads on their own? I'll put them in this position. I would love to do that. So what's next for me is up to the fans, I suppose. I'm going to put music out and hopefully people relate to it and they share it to their friends and they tell all their pals to come to our shows and tell us about other artists as well. Tell us, oh yeah, you should collab with this 16-year-old, this 14-year-old's just gone to this community club and made this song. I will jump on it. I want to help you. I want to see what you can do, because in this day and age, not many kids have a lot to look up to, and they think they've got to get it all now. I think by the time they hit 18, they've got to have the Mercedes, they've got to have the gold chain, the women, the love.
It's so sad, yeah.
Nah, take your time. I'm 30 and I'm still learning. I'm going to be learning till I'm 80. My kids teach me things. My 8-year-olds teach me things. My 13-year-old teach me things that, when I'm 30 years old, I've been here a lot longer than you. Nah, you can learn from different ages, different people. So that's me, just learning, putting out music, and hopefully the people relate to what I say and what I do.
I love it. Genuinely, thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you so much for the invite. Thank you so much for the invite. And it's nice to see what you're doing is kind of like what I'm doing as an artist, but in the podcast world, you want to shine light on some people that may not get the BBC called in to come and do this interview, come and do this. Well,
and that's what it's about, for the love of music, like I was telling you guys from before. So it's been amazing having you.
Most definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you lock in to the Queen Isha. There's more to come. More to come.
Thank you.